Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ramon Elizondo, and I will be presenting for Journalism 484 at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I will be talking about the late American hero, John McCain, his life, the way he approached the media at the beginning of his political career, and the way he approached it by the end of his life before he passed away on August 2018. I hope you enjoy my video presentation, and let's begin. John C. McCain III was born in 1936 at Cocos Solo Naval Air Station in Panama, by then a U.S. territory. McCain married twice with a total of 5 biological children and 2 adopted from his first wife. He was an American politician who served for more than 3 decades as a United States Republican senator for the state of Arizona. He graduated from the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. By late 1960s, he served in the Vietnam War, and so he became a proudly U.S. veteran. His father, John S. McCain Jr., also served as U.S. Pacific Commander during World War II. Thanks to his sophisticated, outstanding, and loyal patriotism, McCain earned the respect and admiration of most prominent American news organizations. According to David Brock, an American author and one of the most influential operators in the Democratic Party, McCain built 3 foundations during the scope of his life. He was a one-of-a-kind politician who achieved the title as an American hero due to his suffering in the Vietnam War. Also, an advocate for political campaign policies and the unique professional way he approached the media at the beginning of his political career. Unlike John McCain, other veteran politicians such as former Republican Congressman Sam Johnson of Texas never had any influence over the media whatsoever like McCain did. When McCain served in the Vietnam War, the media was not able to perform much information about him. The Vietnam government had complete control of the media back then. The only information available was McCain being captured by the enemy when a Russian missile blew the right wing of his Skyhawk bomber on October 26, 1967. The biggest issue when it comes to reporting on national news, smaller news agencies seem to have problems gathering breaking news because they don't have enough budget to go national, and so they have to use a second source of information to publish their content, such as the Washington Post or the New York Times. By May of 1973, 2 months after the American hero was released from Vietnam, the very first publication on McCain's captivity was the U.S. News and World Report, including the Arizona Republic, a local newspaper and responsible to shock the audience with McCain's own words on how he prayed for the greater good of his life. When McCain came back home, a few years later, John McCain retired from the Navy. Nonetheless, the biggest impact on the mainstream media was when the 5.5 years prisoner of war was first elected as the U.S. House of Representatives on November 2, 1982, representing Arizona's 1st congressional district, for which he served 2 terms. He marched in parades, met with constituents, spoke to political and service clubs, supported local issues, held town meetings, and traveled to several cities in the U.S., but the press was not giving him much coverage to his rallies. Robert Timber, a Marine Corps veteran and former journalist for the Baltimore Sun, stated in one of his books, McCain was welcomed to Capitol Hill as a celebrity. On his arrival, he was elected president of the GOP freshman class. Back then, the media was in shock to see how McCain worked out from being a prisoner of war all the way to earn a seat in the House. Timber stated that McCain also earned the admiration of the Washington Times as they published a profile entitled From Hanoi to the House. In addition to that, a former CBS News anchorman, Walter Cronkite, invited the American warrior to Hanoi to be part of a documentary film to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. Other local news companies, such as the Arizona Republic, will describe McCain as a true American hero returning to his prison camp. John McCain not only won the affection from most news agencies due to his time served in the Navy, but also advocating for unauthorized immigrants living in the United States. But in January 31, 2008, just about 2 months before winning the Republican nomination, the media started making questions on McCain-Kennedy immigration bill S-1433. In an interview with Timothy J. Russer, an American journalist and longest-serving moderator for NBC's Meet the Press, the veteran hero kind of changing his mind from time to time. Russer asked him if he was willing to sign the McCain-Kennedy immigration bill if the current Senate back then passes it.
If the Senate passed your bill, S-1433, the McCain-Kennedy immigration bill, would you as president sign it?
Yeah, but look, the lesson is it isn't one. It isn't going to come. It isn't going to come. The lesson is they want the border secured first. That's the lesson. I come from a border state. I know how to fix those borders.
Top news organizations including Los Angeles Times, the Associated Press, NBC News, and many more confronted the American hero for his unbalanced decisions. Moving forward, during the presidential campaign in 2008, McCain flooded the mainstream media by his opposition to his former political opponent, Barack Obama's foreign policy.
Senator Obama is the chairperson of a committee that oversights NATO that's in Afghanistan. To this day, he's never had a hearing.
What about that point?
I mean, it's remarkable.
All right.
Which point? Well, you raised a whole bunch of them.
Unlike McCain, Obama proclaimed a cease out of the Iraq War, but McCain opposed to that idea, and so he received strong support during the 2008 election by one of the most conservative media organizations in the U.S., Fox News. In addition to that, McCain was applauded by the crowd as he remarked the importance of unity over division.
Despite our differences, much more unites us than divides us. We are fellow Americans, and that's an association that means more to me than any other.
As time went by, John McCain and his relationship with the media started to shift gears very aggressively. In consonance with a report from The Guardian, the American politician became so difficult to keep up with press conference appointments. In addition to that, he insulted a CNN reporter who was trying to get some comments on the Benghazi terrorist attack that killed U.S. Ambassador to Libya J. Christopher Stevens and U.S. Foreign Service Information Management Officer Sean Smith in 2012. Another scandal between John McCain and the media was when the commander-in-chief criticized the U.S. veteran who were captured during Vietnam War. He is very good at demonizing people. In the summer of 2018, during the presidential race, Donald Trump slammed the late American hero. Most media organizations went after Trump in regards to those comments, including members of his own party, such as former governor of Texas who suggested Trump to do the right thing and withdraw from the race. The social media took over the issue as well. Many sectors of society requested the Republican candidate to apologize to McCain and the entire U.S. veteran community.
He's a war hero because he was captured, okay? You can have, and I believe perhaps he's a war hero.
Mike Huckabee today.
Donald Trump will need to determine whether that's a statement he would walk back.
But as we all know, Trump will never apologize. Political commentators believe that John McCain took revenge on Trump's attacks towards war heroes and voted against to repeal the Affordable Care Act, of which he was against it since the beginning of its creation. John McCain was able to overcome several battlegrounds and won many victories in life. But the one battle he couldn't defeat was his brain cancer that took his life on August 2018.